maintain my positivity through reflection. I reflect. Anytime I start to feel like I'm lacking or I'm not where I want to be, I think about where I've been, what it took to get there, where I want to go, and I thank God. I have to say thank you. And the more I start saying thank you, I get out of whatever funk I was in. It's not always easy, but as long as I go back to that, I'm usually able to get out of whatever was going on.
Gratitude.
Gotta be grateful. Got to. And you can't forget where you started.
Right.
If you think about where you started to where you are now, you had bumps in the road, but you're still doing it. You're still there.
Right.
So you still can keep going.
Right.
You can.
Welcome to High Lvl Barber Talk, the interview-based conversations dedicated to creatives worldwide. Each talk is tailored around education, business, and personal development. Host Larissa Diamond interviews a variety of hair professionals, experts, and thought leaders. High Lvl Barber Talk is the comprehensive platform that sparks momentum, ignites creativity, and influences massive impact. We appreciate you for tuning in, and always remember to envision, aim, and become. Today we have Yazzy, the founder of Jazzy Yazzy Stylez, located in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Ms. Yazzy brings a unique presence and bubbly authenticity to the industry. Leading with a positive mindset and willingness to contribute, she finds joy in servicing her clients, participating in hair shows, and collaborating with other professionals. Holding a business degree with a focus in entrepreneurship, Ms. Yazzy's academic success has set the stage for her thriving hair business. With 17 years of experience as a licensed cosmetologist, Yazzy provides luxury grooming services to a diverse clientele, providing a private and serene environment. Dedicated to continuous growth in the hair industry, Yazzy intentionally stays up to date with new trends and modern technology. Let's welcome Yazzy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
So do you.
Thank you.
Great company.
Tell our audience your journey of getting started as a licensed cosmetologist.
All right, so let's see. I have a couple of different reasons of why I started doing hair. So I would say initially I had two sons and they needed haircuts, and I took them to the barbershop like one time to get his first haircut. And I didn't like how that barber was just like handling my child. You know, it was his first time there. He didn't know what was going on. And I just felt like if that barber would have had a little more compassion towards that being a new situation for my child, then it would have went way better. And it just inspired me to go home and start cutting his hair myself. You know,
so you left that day, you went and got you some clippers from Walmart.
I started doing it. Yeah, I started never going back there is how I felt. But I mean, I still didn't really know what I was doing. You know, but I knew I wanted to save money with cutting their hair.
Yeah.
And so I was working at O'Charlie's at the time. I was a server, and I wanted to go back to college, but I needed a way to support my family while I was doing that. And so I was like, well, you know, I have a love for hair. It's something that's never going to go away. People always need to look good. So I decided to go to beauty school.
What year was this?
So I went to beauty school back in 2003.
Okay.
2003. And it took me a year to get my 1,500 hours. But I didn't get licensed until 2007. Okay, so I finished school in 2004, got licensed in 2007. So I still was on the fence about going and actually getting the license, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I completed school, but
I
got tired of serving. And I was like, well, I went to school, I might as well get my license.
After putting that time in. But kudos to you for actually going. So you had to take your state in 2007.
Yes.
And pass the state. You have a lot of people that go and they stop and then they never go back. And then you think about the time. Because you all, that year, it feels like 300. Definitely if you're working, you have a family, I can only imagine. Yeah.
You gotta be determined.
You gotta be
to
determined.
get done.
That's for sure.
And I was tired of the way life was going. I really was.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Where did you go to cosmetology school?
I went to a school called Style Masters. It used to be located in Lebanon, Tennessee. It's no longer, but shout out to Style Masters and all the great people I've met in there, all my teachers, all my students, co-students. Some of them were in this industry now, so it's cool to know that we came from a place that's no longer, you know.
That's cool. Are you still in contact with any?
Some of the people I am, some of my classmates, we still run into each other.
This is Jazzy Yazzy, y'all, and we're currently coming to you all from Mount Juliet. We are in a beautiful, luxurious studio suite. And I just want to ask Yazzy, for our audience to know, what inspired you to start your own business and go independent?
Yeah, so I got the courage to open up my own suite during the pandemic. I was hanging out. I say I was hanging out because to me, it's work, but I love what I do, so I feel like I'm just hanging out. But I was hanging out with a really awesome barber in Madison, Tennessee. His name is Talent the Barber. Some of y'all probably heard of him.
Shout out to Talent.
Shout out to Talent. I was fortunate to hang out with him for about 2 months. I started working with him in January. Then quarantine happened with COVID, and everybody had to close their doors.
Yep.
And we didn't know what we were going to do. So I packed up all my stuff, and I was like, whatever happens when they let us go back, you know, I felt like it was going to be prime time to just step out and do whatever was on my heart to do. So they said we could go back to work. I came over here to my salon suites, and I was like, here's my money, give me the keys. I didn't let her say nothing except, here you go. And here we are. Yeah.
And moving in spirit and not flesh.
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
We had over a month to just sit still and listen to what the Lord had to say. And he told me to come and get my sleep.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to get still.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was going back and forth to Murfreesboro for class, hopping over at Talent Suite to cut hair, coming all the way back to Lebanon. I was all over the place. And it took COVID quarantine with me sitting down and listening to what the Lord had to say, and he told me to open up a suite.
So 2020, in the midst of the pandemic, you opened up this suite here.
Yes.
What month did you?
I moved in May.
Wow. So like the craziness, the peak was like March, and you came here in
March 23rd is when they told us.
Yeah.
Y'all can't go back to work tomorrow. And so I was like, well, they don't really know when. I don't want to leave my stuff in the suite. I could be cutting hair at the house, you know?
Yeah.
And so I just packed everything.
How did you feel in that moment when you gave the owner of the building, when you gave them the money for the studio, and you said, here you go, and you received your keys? How did you feel in that moment?
I was very nervous, but I was so excited because it felt like nothing but possibilities could take place. And I just felt in my spirit that I was capable. Like if they could do it, I can too.
Love that.
And I just came in here and started doing it.
Doing it anyway, and also not allowing that fear to keep you bounded, because you learn, or in bondage I should say, but you learn from doing.
Yes.
So that is when you do it, that's when it's like, oh, you learn along the way. But it's the biggest fear is just taking that step forward.
Yes, but you have to do it, because what is fear?
Exactly.
False evidence appearing real.
Okay.
Check the false. Whatever it was telling you not to do, you need to do it. You need to just do it. So I say you want to set yourself up for success. A lot of times, success is bred through experience. I think it's important to, if you're going to take that step to go ahead and be in a suite, start now. You should have someone that you can talk to that is already successful in that arena. Because you just don't want to go into that blind. You're investing so much money and so much time into your suite. You don't want to do that for nothing. And a lot of times you're going to be signing a contract where you have to stay for at least a year. So you just want to make sure that you got a good plan in place and great mentorship or examples of ways to be successful. I think it's important that you don't mind veering off of your plan also.
Flexibility.
You gotta have it. You gotta have flexibility and adaptability. You have to have a business license. You've got to show that you're paying taxes to the city and the state. And State Board is going to make sure that you are in tip-top shape to receive public. So,
How does State Board come in and look at the suite prior to opening?
yes.
Okay.
You can't accept a client until they come in and inspect.
Wow. And then after that, the follow-ups, is it random
Yes.
on how it is in the barbershop? Okay.
It's random.
Yeah.
And in the suites, normally if you know that somebody is opening a suite, most likely State Board is going to come by and see how it's going with you. So you just want to always stay ready. Pay your taxes.
Right. And put that money to the side. Pay your real taxes.
It's
So
not
you don't-
even that much. That's people think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pay these taxes. It's not that much. Just pay it, or you will have a fine.
Yeah. And interest.
Yes. Ooh, we don't want that.
All right, so you hold a BA with a focus on entrepreneurship. What school did you go to, and how have your academic success played a role in you being a business professional in the hair industry?
Okay, so I graduated from Middle Tennessee State University.
MTSU.
Shout out MTSU, Jones College of Business. So I graduated in 2020, and I opened this suite in May of 2020. So when it comes to my academic
Oh
career,
wow, I didn't know that was so close.
it was so close.
You
Graduated in December of 2020,
Okay.
but I got the suite in May of 2020.
Wow, so you got the suite while you were still in school.
Yes,
Yeah.
got the suite while I was still in school.
Yeah.
I remember I was interning.
Yeah.
I was interning with the Tennessee Small Business Development Center.
Oh my God.
So if you ever have any questions about what to do in business, they are a fantastic resource.
Small business development centers provide counseling, training, resources, and support for startups and existing businesses. SBDC is a primary source for individualized business advising and capital accessibility. You can visit sba.gov to learn more about small business development centers and find one near you.
The Tennessee Small Business Development Center.
Okay. And people that don't go to MTSU could still utilize that.
Yes, they're in a lot of the major cities in Middle Tennessee. But if you need any help developing your small business, that's a great resource because that's what they do.
Right.
They want Tennessee's businesses to be developed.
So when you were interning there, you really learned how to develop and establish a business from the ground up.
We practiced it. Yeah, that's where I laid the final blueprint for my salon suite. Yeah, I used my classmates.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
We developed the plan for my suite, which was a shop in the plan. It wasn't a one person, it was a 3-person deal.
Okay.
And we built an addendum to that plan for a mobile business as well to complement the brick and mortar. But I utilized my classmates.
Yes.
What do y'all think? Is this a good idea?
Right.
Would you go? That's where a lot of my research came from.
Exactly. Already having that, again, the fundamentals laid, you already had the business plan on how the business is going to run before you even got
the
the
research.
Yeah. That is awesome. Did they also help with business funding and any financial advice?
They help you develop your plan on how you're going to seek capital and the different ways to get capital.
Okay.
There's multiple ways that you pay back and ways that you don't have to pay back. And it just so happened that was 2020 whenever we were getting PPP loans,
Exactly.
EIDL grants and loans. So I was in the perfect place to organize all those avenues.
You were on the lineup for the MLB Tennessee Trade Show. That was
Barber Tennessee trade show.
Shout out to MLB.
Shout out. That is family. Okay, I love the MLB Tennessee trade show. They gave me my first opportunity to showcase my skills on a platform.
Share with our audience where the MLB hair show, trade show usually takes place.
So the MLB Tennessee trade show happened in Tennessee, but they are a franchise. They take place in Chicago. Shoot, I feel like they've been in New York, North Carolina. They are coming to a city near you. And Tennessee has had the show about 3 or 4 years annually is how often we've done it. And I've been fortunate to showcase twice. And the first time I was a deer in headlights. I was so nervous, but I gained comfort in that nervous experience just by doing what I always do with every client every single time. MLB made me feel very at home.
Wow.
And I love them so much. I'm so thankful for the opportunity that they've always given me to showcase my skills. They even let me go showcase in Ohio one time. So I've been able to showcase twice in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Once in Ohio, and I want to know where we're going next.
Okay, listen.
I'll be happy to hand out tickets at the door. If y'all need somebody on stage, I can work that out too.
Seriously.
If somebody needs a back rub, I'll do it just to be in the building.
With the showcase thing, so you talked about like your experience of being nervous, but you still showed up and showed out. And honey, I want to say, when I was looking at the video, she had the purple hair going. I was like, come on. What did you do when you were showcasing? So our audience know you were cutting.
So, one time I was doing braiding.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just showcasing my ability to braid hair like cornrows. And then another year, what did I do another year? I was doing hair cutting another year. Yeah. In Cleveland, I was on the stage cutting. No, actually, yeah, I did cutting and styling in Ohio.
Oh my goodness.
So they allowed me. Yeah. They're like, what do you want to do?
Who is the host that put on the MLB? Does it change or is it
depending on which city you're in? You'll have a different organizer.
Got
so
it.
the organizer for Tennessee is Keith Anderson, also known as KG Cuts.
What's up, KG? Shout out to
KG.
Right.
My favorite mentor.
So you inspire me to keep seeking as a female barber. I already told Yazzy this, but I've experienced the feeling of being stagnant in my career when I wasn't necessarily challenging myself. You're all about stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone, resulting in infinite growth. What advice can you give our audience on growing within the industry? So this can be collaborations, putting yourself out there, showing up to these different events and everything that you do.
Yes.
What advice would you give?
If you want to grow in this industry, go to hair shows, go hang out in other shops, meet other professionals. If you see something that somebody is doing that you would like to learn, reach out to them, because a lot of times they're going to be happy to show you. And even if they aren't happy to show you, it's still good to know. It's still good to build a community. I say I thrive in a community of success. Everybody around me is successful. All of us, we are successful. I feel no need to compete with anybody around me. I'm always competing with myself. And as I grow each day and each client, I'm looking for ways to continue to be successful. So I want to be around success. So I would say get around success. Get around success. Even if you're in a suite by yourself, reach out to people that are successful and you will continue to grow. I feel like I'm not going to stop learning or growing until I die. When I die, that's when I'm done. As long as I'm still living, I've got something to learn.
You all, we are tuning in from Mount Juliet. We are currently here with Miss Jazzy Yazzy, okay? Your degree is in business and your focus was entrepreneurship.
Yes.
When you decided to go back to school, what inspired you to go for business and minor entrepreneurship?
So my motivation was my dad. My dad operates a nonprofit organization. It's called Operation Next Level. He helps student athletes get to the next level. So if they're in high school, he helps them obtain funding in the form of scholarships. So he wanted me to be a part of his team, but I had to have the credentials.
Yes.
So that's where the motivation came to get a degree. And that was useful for what I'm doing right now also. It helped. Wow. It was like a brick for the foundation.
Okay, so Miss Yazzy is a frequent participator of the hair shows and continued education. As we talked about, share with our audience the most recent hair show you attended and the importance of being in these rooms and spaces.
Yeah, so my last hair show was Bronner Brothers. They came back to Atlanta. It's been about 2 or 3 years since they've been in Atlanta. I had to be there. I also attended the makeup show, which was taking place the same day. I don't do makeup professionally, but I admire the way that the artists are able to transform. So I love to go to that show and observe their process and just transfer that back to my chair. And I met so many great people just from hanging out in that space.
Yes.
Other business owners that look like me, as far as Black, female, just entrepreneurs out here on the main stage. Danessa Merrick's was there. Danessa, that's how you say her name. Yes, and I saw her at a show a couple of months ago, but this time you had to line up just to take a picture with her. You know, it was just, and that's just a couple of months growth.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So, and is she a makeup artist?
Yes.
Okay, that's what she specializes in.
But she's created a brand that's so inclusive to everyone.
Wow.
She has not limited who she wants to reach. She is inclusive to everyone. You know, that's something that I can learn from with my brand.
Absolutely. The sense of representation, because you're going into these different spaces and again, you're seeing other melanated business women on these stages, you've seen them in previous spaces where they've grown. So that also pours into you because the inspiration to, keep moving the needle forward. For sure.
I just had to show up.
That's it.
Bronner Brothers. Everywhere you look. Oh my gosh, these people are successful.
Yeah. What is a show that is coming up that you're interested in going to?
So, the end of April is going to be Talia Wahid's World Natural Hair Show.
Okay.
I want to grow my skills with natural hair. I love cutting hair. That's my number one. That's my specialty. But there's so many people that come to get a haircut and they are looking for certain professionals. I continue to send that money out the door. I want to attend that show so I can look for a mentor, someone who I can reach out to grow my skill set for what my clientele needs. I want to continue to grow.
Jazzy Yazzy Stylez is not just your brand, it is who you are. Your bubbly personality and positive mindset is a joy for many.
Well, thank you.
Share how you cultivated this magnetic energy and a can-do attitude. How has it played a role in collaborations? Just you being a positive energy, it's people that want to be around you.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes, absolutely. What helps you remain on this positive energy, high frequency?
I maintain my positivity through reflection. I reflect. Anytime I start to feel like I'm lacking or I'm not where I want to be, I think about where I've been, what it took to get there, where I want to go, and I just I thank God. I have to say thank you. And the more I start saying thank you, I get out of whatever funk I was in. It's not always easy, but as long as I go back to that, I'm usually able to get out of whatever was going on.
Gratitude.
Gotta be grateful.
Sometimes it can be difficult to prioritize gratitude during daily tasks and obligations. Maybe you don't know where to start. I want to share this wonderful journal with you by author Mona K. Fletcher. It is the 30-day gratitude journal crafted to foster a mindset of gratitude and appreciation. It serves as a perfect companion for anyone seeking to enhance their overall well-being. Lead with intentional gratitude throughout second quarter. Available now on Amazon. Link in description.
And you can't forget where you started to where you are now. You had bumps in the road, but you're still doing it. You're still there.
Being a person that, I guess you would say, an overachiever, or you can be so critical and hard on yourself, and it can be difficult to show that gratitude, but when you rest, be silent, and reflect, and you realize how far you came, it's like, girl,
why are you being so hard on yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, we can keep achieving more, but look at everything that you've done.
Yeah.
Look at, and you're still doing it. Somebody told me they were inspired by me the other day, and I was kind of like,
take it back.
It took me aback because I was like, what are they inspired by? And then I was like, wow, they were a part of where we were, you know, and I'm still here. I'm still doing it. I haven't given up.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about, this is so big as far as being a female businesswoman in general.
Yeah.
But specifically a female barber, female hairstylist, self-perception and self-image. That is something that I feel like we deal with a lot, definitely with social media, that spirit of comparison, or that feeling of self-doubt, am I good enough, am I this, am I that, like we hot, we cold, we hot, we cold.
Yes.
What has helped you build confidence?
Well, I mean, I've always been the minority in our profession. As a female barber, as a black barber, you know, it's always, we've always been looked at as different or as foreign, you know, almost alien-like. You know, there's been people that told me I don't look like a barber. I guess because I don't have a bunch of tattoos. You know, I finally got one right here.
Nothing against the tats, but
you know, they act like we have to look a certain way.
Yeah.
So I stopped focusing on my looks, and I started to focus on how I wanted people to feel.
Yeah.
You know, receiving my skills. So I never wanted anybody to feel discriminated against.
Yeah.
I wanted everybody to always feel welcome because I wanted to always feel welcome in this industry. So that was a part of my motivation.
Taking the focus off self and putting it on your potential clients.
Absolutely. You know, I never wanted anyone to feel discriminated against. So I always learned textures. I didn't focus on race.
Yeah.
I didn't focus on age of the clients. You know, I wanted everyone to partake of me laying the foundation for their style.
Wow.
With the haircut.
I love that. And so as time went on, of course, that helped you grow in your confidence, because taking that
initially
yourself or what other people may think. Right?
Initially, I was very insecure. You know, I didn't want, since I didn't look like a barber, I started trying to look like other barbers, and I used to dress like a boy. I used to make sure I had on a hat, you know, just kept it kind of boyish. And I would say whenever I moved into my suite and I was in my own environment, I had to be myself.
Is that when the dresses?
That's when the dresses started coming out.
Yes.
You know, yes, I'm going to put on some lipstick.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to be myself.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
You know, you can't run from yourself. And I wasn't being authentic. So here lately, authenticity is it's a necessity.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, you're
just
just
the top of the list. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
How has that affected with you pivoting in that way and growing in that way and being more authentic to yourself? How has that affected your personal and professional relationships? Because I'm sure that took a change, because when we become more of our authentic selves, it's like we even attract, our relationships change almost.
They do.
Yeah.
I've been in a more secure relationship personally since I've been more authentic.
Ooh.
And I've been told I've been glowing lately.
Honey, y'all see on this camera. We can make this up.
Yeah, we have to be ourselves
so
we can attract what is really for us. Otherwise, you're going to be attracting something that's not for you, even down to your clientele. If you're not authentically who you are behind the chair, you're going to continue to get these random people that don't seem to come back. You're not going to retain your clients. But as soon as you step into who you are and your purpose, they will come. And I have been slammed. I've been slammed because I'm no longer faking it. I'm being true to who I am.
I don't have any words. I'm just like processing. This is so good.
And you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to know that either they're gonna like it or they're gonna love it. That's their only two options.
Yeah. Wow. That is.
So
I don't know if you ever heard of the term of overcoming people pleaser. They call it OPP. And I'm there. Me too. And the freedom, the real freedom, is just when you can, again, rest in who you are and just realize the worst thing that can happen is rejection. And I promise you that you live.
But even when the world denies us, we have to be like, oh, that was their problem.
That's true.
It's not ours. Because we are the gift. We are the gift and we are sharing our gift.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep sharing it.
So as I was doing my stalking on Jazzy's website, I could not help but really pay attention to the names of her services. It's so cute. And I love your layout. It's so professional. It's very explanatory. What is what we have here? The Big Papa treatment. What is the Big Papa treatment?
So my dad came into my suite over a year ago, and he sat down. He wanted the works. And so I gave my dad a precision haircut. I trimmed up his beard to shape with his face. I didn't just cut him a beard, generic. His beard is shaped just for him. He received a shampoo service with hot towels for his shampoo round and his conditioner round. I used a massager when I was massaging his scalp. Then I put him in the barber chair, styled his hair, and I gave him a neck and shoulder massage.
Woo!
So when he got done, he said, "Ooh, I feel like you need to call me Big Papa." And I was like, "You want to call you Big Papa?" And I was like, "The Big Papa treatment."
What should clients expect in the Big Papa treatment? Is it still all the same hair precision?
Yes, it's still a precision haircut, beard trim, shampoo service with hot towels, and massaging shampoo as well as massage on neck and shoulders.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Can wives or mothers, do you have them book that service for their sons or significant other? Can they go and schedule it?
Yes, they can go and schedule it. And I love my website because you can go ahead and pay for it before they show up. So it's a great way to treat someone you know or treat yourself,
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. Conveniencing.
Absolutely. We love the Big Papas.
We love that. What is so depending on the haircut as well, you said a precision cut. That's any cut?
I don't price based off of gender.
Okay.
I don't price based off of age.
Yeah.
For me and my setup, a haircut is a haircut. So regardless of your age, your gender, everybody pays the same price for a haircut.
I love that, and it like rolls over into the next question. With you establishing not only your luxury brand, but your luxury environment, and then she's doing the luxury services. This lady is just all luxurious. Okay. What advice would you give to creatives that want to establish like a luxury brand as well? So when it comes to pricing, environment, what is your advice to that?
So I say you want to put yourself in different arenas and see what their pricing structure looks like. So, I mean, you have some places that are more lower tier pricing. That's going to be more accessible, but you're also going to have to wait, but you're going to pay a lower price. Then you've got the places where, you know, you can set up an appointment and maybe not, and pay just a little bit more. With my setup, I'm on time. They set up their appointment to come in at a specific time, and they receive services on time.
Yes, they do. Because I read the reviews, honey.
Yes.
She's not lying.
Yes.
All her 5-star reviews, all her comments say punctual. You know, they're getting not only what they book, but above, right?
Yes.
So you are confident in saying your services are luxury because you're providing that service.
Yes, I come with punctuality, quality, and affordability within a luxury environment. So it's this price right now. You're going to elevate it for the people that are coming, that are new, the ones that have been referred, that have heard about how the quality and the affordability and the punctuality. They're going to pay a new client price. And you can still keep those people that you have, but they're going to have an issue with getting in your chair because the new clients are paying your elevated price. So it creates competition with your slots due to the quality, the punctuality, the affordability. You know, so you should never be afraid. You know, you can still maintain comfort for the existing, but for who's coming after them, charge what you are worth. We have to be our own cheerleaders. They won't know if we don't tell them.
You are a licensed cosmetologist, and you've been a licensed cosmetologist since 07?
Or 2007.
Okay, 2007. Tell us about your pursuit on getting your license as a master barber.
So I love hair. I just love doing it. But I feel the need to get the credential when it comes to being a barber. You know, I call myself a lady barber, but then I feel like I'm being so disrespectful because I do not have the license. So I want to feel confident when I say I'm a lady barber. You know, I feel like I'm basically grandfathered in, but I would love that piece of paper that says I'm a master barber. There's people who have put the work in to get that license. They deserve to call themselves that. Me, I don't really feel like I deserve to say that yet. You know, I'll use it as a hashtag because that's how people find us. But I haven't earned that yet.
Okay, so what does that look like? How long does it take for you to get your license?
According to the state of Tennessee, because I have been licensed for at least 5 years as a cosmetologist and kept that consistent, I can apply to take the barber exam. So I won't have to do any additional hours in school. I just need to make sure I can pass those exams.
All right, so share with our audience what is in the works for Jazzy Yazzy in the near future.
So right now, Jazzy Yazzy Stylez is located in a suite in Mount Juliet. In the future, you can expect to see Jazzy Yazzy Stylez with a storefront as well as a mobile barbershop. I don't want to just be in the shop. I want to be out amongst the people. I want to come to you at your events. If there's a football game at Nissan Stadium, I want to be in the parking lot tailgating, making people look good. And then I'm going to go watch the game. It's just, I've been in this business for over a decade and I'm ready to get out of the brick and mortar and hit these streets. and travel. So that's what can be expected from Jazzy Yazzy. And I hope to continue to network at the hair shows and possibly join up with a brand and continue to expose my brand as well.
Amazing. All right, so do you have any closing words of advice or encouragement or both for our audience?
Well, I first want to say that I'm so proud of you for this platform that you have created, High Lvl Barber Talk. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be a part of the conversation with high-level barbers, and I like tuning in to the episodes and just getting valuable insight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you for sharing your experiences, your journey, your expertise, and I know that this is going to add so much value to our audience. So thank you so much. Go ahead and drop your website and all your handles so our audience can get in tune with you and also book with you.
Yeah, so you can come to Jazzy Yazzy Stylez. Appointments are available. My website is www.jy-styles.com. You can hang out with me on Instagram at Jazzy Yazzy21. You can find me on Facebook at Jazzy Yazzy Stylez. And I'm on TikTok too, Jazzy Yazzy Stylez with a couple of Z's.
We just want to thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to High Lvl Barber Talk, where we have the high-level conversations with the trailblazers of the industry. And remember to envision, aim, and become. I'll see you all next time. Peace.
Anytime I try to be like somebody else, I cannot pull it off. And then I'm just like, dang, what did I do that for?
Yep.
You know, people, they come for us. I can get these haircut skills just about anywhere.
Yeah.
They come for you.